It looks like everything is recording, and welcome to 830 RPG. This is going to be a long play, unedited. We'll be doing a traditional tabletop RPG using Karen rules, Karen RPG, and we have our world here. We have I've got some oracles on the ready. I've got about one and a half oracles on the ready. I've got uh, these ones, this main set right here. And then I've got a cutout from another oracle here. This one's mainly meaning tables, so that'll be off to the side. We have a NPC generator, and we've got um, an actual yes or no oracle that I will not be using, so I will ignore that. There's some things in here that are useful that I might use, but as far as priority goes, the NPC generator will be on top, and then these ones will be in reach because they include vegetation, points of interest, traveling party, random encounters, reactions from that encounter, transportation, monsters, animals, locations, settlements, size, conditions, structures, materials, purpose, and then quests, action subject, motivational objects and artifacts, overland travel, terrain type, vegetation density, weather, atmospherics, and that's the main three that we'll be using the most often when we need it. So this will be a fantasy role playing. Will be taking place in a magical fantasy world on Earth in the distant past. We'll be doing a journal, taking notes as we go. We don't have tokens. We will be doing a mixture of this world here, which is 20 by 20, and on top of that with theater of the mind. So the notes will be, if you are aware of um, journal taking for RPG, that's what I'll be trying out. So I usually don't do that. I have in older videos, but it's been a while. So as far as my oracle, if you guys are not familiar, um, I have typically 2d6. The d20 will be used for the map, deciding where our character will start. We'll be doing one character, so very challenging, especially for Karen rules. Um, the blue die is positive answers, positive outcomes. The red die is negative outcomes, so yes, no, red versus blue. And if there's a likelihood advantage for an outcome, if we perceive an advantage, I'll put in either a blue die or a red die based on our uh, based on the outcome. So, for example, we have the two die here. I'm going to be grabbing one of these as an advantage. Let's say our character is walking down a road and it is through a known dangerous area. So I'm going to be saying, what are the chances we run into bandits? I'm going to grab the blue die in this case. Will be there's a high probability that bandits will pop out from the wilderness and attack us. So, whoops. Of course, I never had luck with a D4. I'll try that again. Okay, so we have 6 to 2. So there is a positive chance that we are going to get ambushed by bandits. That's how it works. So it doesn't have to be in favor of the character. It can be it can be a an inconvenience to the character. So we'll keep these die in reach off to the side here. Okay, now let's get to the character building. You guys don't see that I have the Karen rules open here. So first and foremost, we have to decide on name. Now for Karen, where's my pencil? Here it is. We have to decide on a name. Uh, there we go. Okay, first choose an role, PC name, and background. So let's scroll down to a page here. We'll do a male character. I'm going to roll a d20, and we'll get a name. We can do either just one name, or we can do a first and last name. So 6, which gives us male names. Regular. Okay, that's our character. So I'll put PC here. We're going to do it next to the world here for quick access. So the character name is Regular. Okay, that's our name. And then we're going to do background. So our character background will be, let's roll d20, 17. He is ooh, he's a pickpocket. Interesting. Comma, pickpocket. I like that. That's going to create plenty of shenanigans. Next, we'll do what is the character's traits. So, appearance, speech, mannerisms, blah, blah, blah. It's all on table 6. Then we'll roll for his age. So, character traits. All right, first his physique. So, let's put this right here. I'm going to draw this for his appearances. Let's do it. We're first doing, oh, this is a D10. These are all D10, so I have to get a D10 out, which is this one. All right, D10. 3. That's a D10? Yep. D10. 3. I'm gonna reroll. Nope. There. That one didn't land. I keep landing on 3. All right. Uh, I feel like choosing at this point because 3 would have been flabby. That does not work for a pickpocket. But let's try on here. 8. Statuesque. Cannot read that one. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing it. Same one. 8. Let's just choose it. I'm gonna choose short. So he's short. Okay, and then skin color, let's choose, let's try Pochmark, there's rosy, there's weathered. I like, oh, this tattooed. I like tattooed. Tattooed. Get a little closer for you guys so you see the character. Okay. There's tattooed. Of course, I'm blocking that face. There we go. Okay. And then there's hair. Let's do bald. Next, there's the face. Bony, broken, chiseled, elongated, pale, sharp. He goes well with bald. Let's do bony, like he's not exactly well fed. Speech. I'm picturing this guy already. So he's short, tattooed, bald, and bony. I forget the character too often, but let's say, well, let's see what we have. We have blunt, blooming, cryptic, droning, formal, definitely not formal, whispery, stuttering. I stutter. Squeaky, precise, gravely. Ah, gravely almost sounds squeaky. Nah, squeaky would be kind of a, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between stuttering. I like stuttering because I stutter a lot, so I'll be able to carry some of my own personality traits into this character. Stuttering. I like that. Then we'll do an FYI. You don't have to necessarily roll. You can choose. It's really up to us. Obviously, I was not having luck rolling to something that we can work with. Clothing. I'm gonna say first. I'm gonna move this cable out of the way. Let's say we have antique, we have bloody, elegant, filthy. Filthy is a potential one. Foreign, frayed, frumpy, livery, rancid, soiled. Definitely not soiled. I'm torn between filthy or frayed, like worn out. I like frayed. If I'm reading that right. Elegant, definitely not elegant. Antique. Antique, like, well, back in those days, what would antique be? Frayed. I think frayed is the most suitable one for this character. Frayed. So this is his physique. I almost forgot to write in what we're rolling for here. His physique. Tattooed his skin. Bald his hair, obviously. Face. Speech. It's the voice. Clothing. I'm guessing it's common clothing. Frayed, and then his virtue. Now we're hitting the meaning, deeper meaning for our character. Virtue. So let's do ambitious, cautious, courageous. Definitely not courageous for so far. Disciplined, gregarious, honorable, humble, merciful, serene, tolerant. I think cautious. Well, he's a pickpocket, so that's the biggest one. He's a pickpocket. We have to carry a lot of that from that one word. We have to take a lot of that from. Courageous, merciful, definitely not humble. Honorable, he's a pickpocket. Maybe he has a change of heart. I'm thinking down the road. Cautious, serene, tolerant. A lot of these are not for a pickpocket. Tolerant, disciplined, courageous. I'm gonna say cautious. I like that one. Cautious. I was saying nay on that, but I'm not thinking it will be suitable for our guy. Um, Next is the vice, which is kind of like a setback. Aggressive, bitter, craven, deceitful, greedy, vengeful, vain, rude, nervous, lazy. Most of these are suitable for a pickpocket. I'm gonna say he's deceitful, maybe vengeful, vain, aggressive. Nah, cautious and aggressive. That's like a yin and yang, really. Cautious, aggressive. Cautious, like he's very careful, but he gets aggressive in the moment. Like in the heat of things, he gets aggressive, but he's mostly cautious. Like he's reserved, but when the time comes, he goes for it. So we could use that to our advantage. I'm gonna say aggressive. That is definitely one I didn't think I would choose, but I'm thinking now would be an interesting flip, the flip of the coin moment for our guy here for Greg Glore, Reglor, Reglier, Reglor. Nice. Now we have two more to go. We have reputation. Well, he's a pickpocket, so I'm thinking ambitious. He's a bore, dangerous entertainer, honest. He's a loafer, oddball, repulsive, respected, wise. Definitely not wise. If he's young. Entertainer, dangerous, bore, ambitious. Like he's always, if I'm reading that right, like he's always pondering about his future, like what he's going to become. Like he's becoming the big shot of town. Like he's become something great. But he's doing this because that's all he can do. So I'm going to say ambitious. That is his virtue. Sorry, we have three more to go. Ambitious. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Oh, ambitious pops in twice. Once for virtue, once for reputation. Okay. This is his reputation. He's known amongst his fellow pickpocketers to always be daydreaming of his future, what he wants to become. So that's his reputation. Just amongst his own crowd, his own people. Next, we have one more to go. His misfortunes. Abandoned, addicted, blackmailed, condemned, cursed, defrauded, demoted, discredited, disowned, exiled. Disowned and abandoned kind of, well, abandoned is simply like maybe like an orphan, like he was given up, disowned his. You have a family, and then he was just disrespected his parents, and then they disowned him. Cursed. I like curse. I might introduce some magic into this. I'm kind of torn between abandoned and cursed for our guy. Let's do. Oh, exiled. That's interesting. Maybe he was part of something greater, and he got exiled. That's where his ambitions come from. He thought he could hit the big time. Exiled. I like that. Exiled. That is his misfortune. We'll have to build on that in the future. Misfortunes. Misfortunes. I spell that right? So, for the note. Misfortunes. Oh, I did. If I do misspell, please ignore it. I'm writing stuff down. I really don't care as long as I know what it is. Okay, so that's the full-on character traits of our player character. Now we have to work on the age. Age is D2D20. Yeah, 2D20s plus 10. So we have to grab another 20. Where is my red? There it is. Okay. 19 and 9. So 28. He's 28 years old. 20 years old. Oh, sorry. 38 years old. Yeah, I'll do that plus 10. So he's definitely been around a little bit. Especially back then. 38 years old. Okay, so the name, background, traits are done. Next, we're doing ability scores, which are very important for this game. We have strength. We'll do this in big letters so you guys can see it. Strength. We have dexterity. Dexterity. Then we have willpower. Willpower. Okay. So for each one, we have to roll a 3d6. And they can shuffle too. I remember this one. 3d6. I need one more die. Just for good luck. Oh, actually, I only have, yeah, I got two blues. So 3d6. 5, 10. Ooh. Okay, 14. So it's actually not good to have a high score, a high roll. 3d6. I rolled it, and I have to stick with it. 5, 10, 14. I'm going to do that for, is it in order? In order, yeah. So I gotta do it. Strength is 14. So he's not the strongest guy in the block. 14, 14. So I'm going to split it up so that we can modify one and we know where our cap is. Next, we're doing dexterity. Remember, we can always shuffle these too. 3. I think for pickpocket, we want to have a character with a good dexterity. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take that for dexterity. Actually, no, no, wait. I'm thinking of D&D. Karen, you want to roll below the number, but not blackjack style, where it's higher towards the goal, but it's below the number. Well, we'll do 6 then for next year. I think lower is better. I gotta read on that. I don't recall. It's been a little bit since I played Karen. I should remember that. This will be for willpower. 6, 4. So we have 10, 13. Oops. Just a little more. Okay. Let me just clarify something here. Um, may swap any two of the results. I'm gonna keep it as it is. So I have to keep it. I can't re-roll anything. Okay, we have now we have this cable is really in my way and I can't really do much about it. There we go. That's fine. As long as it doesn't get your guys' way either. All right, now we have to do hit protection. Roll 1d6 to remember your PC starting hit protection, which reflects their ability to avoid damage in combat. There's no missing in this game, and we are going to fudge the rules during combat a bit. So 1d6. Okay. 2, of course. HP. We'll do 2 and a 2. All right. Uh, if an attack takes a PC's health hit protection exactly to 0, the player must roll on the scars table. All right. Inventory. This is a big part. Characters have a total of 10 inventory slots, so let's get that ready here. Inventory. Inventory. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which you guys cannot see at all. So we'll bump this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's see. PC can carry more of the hireling. 3 days ration, 1 slot. So we get 3 days of rations. Then we do a torch, looks like. Torch. No. And then we have 3d6 for gold pieces. So we gotta give our 6 die back here. Alright, 3d6. This is how much gold pieces we have. 2 to 2. We have 8. Alright, we have 8, 10. 10 gold pieces. This typically goes in a separate slot. So gold pieces will be over here. Gold pieces. 10. There we go. Roll 1 on each of the starting gear. Okay, this part, I think I'm good to go without the instructions. Remember this part. Just rolling down. Starting gear. D20. Basically, I'm working my way down up the list here. D20. Blue for good luck. Let's see. 1 through 20. Okay. 7. Landed right against my tray. 7 is armor. Brigandine. Okay. Brigandine armor. Brigandine armor. And we'll get the values here in a second as far as AC. Next is the helmet and shield. Okay, don't roll that one. There we go. 18. Wow. Okay, got a high one. 18 is just a shield. Okay. Nice. 5 is going to be. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, 5 will be our weapon. Okay. 5. Like just like I predicted. Weapon. Dagger. Staff. Okay. We'll do dagger. Okay. 6 will be expeditionary gear. I'm going to roll this in my tray. 15 is going to be a repellent. Interesting. So we have a repellent. Okay, that might come in handy for against, I don't know, wildlife creatures or threats, monsters. Next is going to be 14 for tools. Metal file. Interesting. I like that one. Metal file. Break open it. Change or something, I guess. Next, we're doing, let's see, trinkets. 16 is going to be a soap, bar of soap. Why not? Did I mess up my count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I didn't. Okay, good. Trinkets. The last one is a bonus item. Roll. Let's see, 1 through 20 to decide which category we can re-roll for, or additional re-roll. 3. We get an additional tool or trinket. I'm gonna do tool. Tools are probably more helpful. 9. For tools, we have fishing rod. Actually, that would be very helpful. We can go the RuneScape route and just fish for hours and hours and hours and hours. Fishing rod. Okay, 10th item is open. No spellbook, so I guess we're not doing magic until we discover something. There's all the spells. So we have our inventory. I think there's... Why don't I feel like I'm missing one thing? It's a male character. We have all the traits of our character here. Traits. Yep. Short. Strength, dexterity. AC value. Oh yeah, that's right. The values. We need to find the values. It's after the spellbook. Here we go. Okay, so armor. The Brigandine is. Let's see. Armor. I'm going to put AC. I don't think that's how they refer to it in Karen, but that's just what I'm familiar with. +1 armor. The Brigandine is going to be plus, yep, 1 armor. Okay, so we have 1. Plus the shield we have. Well, let's put this here. +1. The shield is an additional, I think, +1. It is. So we have 2 now. We have 2 AC, essentially. AC takes a blow, it doesn't decrease. The hit protection does decrease with damage taken. Then we have to start taking away from one of our traits. I think it's strength or it's something. If I think if you choose strength or dexterity, will dexterity become paralyzed, strength you just die, willpower you lose. I think it's like brain damage. I think. Again, we can fudge the rules a bit. Uh, Now the weapon we have only weapon we have is a dagger, and that's a measly D6. So our D6 die will be the choice for combat. Everything else, there's MasterCard. So our character is set. I think. Now going back to the rules, attacking. That's one thing I was, because it's opposite of D&D. D&D you want to roll equal to or above. This is opposite. You want to roll less. Okay, so yeah, for Karen you want to roll within the number, within your value. So it's always the difficulty. There is no DC in this. I don't think there is. Let's keep reading. So sorry you guys can't see it. But I was having issues. I always have some mechanical issue, always some technical issue. At this point, it seems like it's an excuse, but I just couldn't, for some reason, capture my additional display. So, moving on from that, side effects. I'm going down the list here. Over the rules, abilities. So each of these 3 abilities are used in different circumstances. These are called saves. So strength used for saves requiring physical power, like lifting gates. Dexterity used for saves requiring poison or so poise speed reflexes like dodging. Willpower used for saves to persuade, deceive. So basically, like uh, charisma and all that. Saves is a roll to avoid bad outcomes, risky choices or circumstances. PC roll a d20 for risky choices or circumstances. PCs roll a d20 for appropriate ability score. If they roll equal to or under that ability score, they pass. Otherwise, they fail. A1 is always a success. D20 is always a failure. So, for example, Bia encounters a group of heavily armed goblins standing guard before a tunnel entrance. Her player carefully plots a course, recognizing that her 13 dexterity makes sneaking past the guards the best option. She rolls a d20, resulting in a 10 success. So, the GM, us, I guess, does not give a difficulty, in mind. The difficulty is always the numbers. So our dexterity sucks. And I feel like I can swap that because we're pickpocket. So based on the rules, I'm going to swap it. We want to roll equal to or less than what our scores are. So I'm going to be putting 14 over here for dexterity. And then if I know how to erase, I'm going to do 6 for strength. For Mr. Pickpocket, I don't believe we're going to. This actually works pretty well for solo, too. I just realized that. So let's say I'm going to try to pickpocket that guard. I roll a. Well, I didn't exactly roll it successfully, apparently. 2. I am able to pickpocket that guard because 14 gives us that huge window of opportunity of greater success. So these are going to be the things that will roll within our character's actions, our player character's actions. Okay, we have a character set. The rules we're done with for now. Um, Now we got to build the world, and I'm going to be thinking of naming this campaign after I finish recording because again we're world building as we go. I usually have something in mind, but I wanted to try something fresh this time. So let's go to our oracles. Let's focus on the world here, and I'll give you guys a little view of the. There we go. Just right about there. Okay, we have we have that. We got points of interest that could be valuable for us. We have the terrain type that will be useful for us, and then the rest is upcoming. Okay, so let's figure this out. We're building our. We're not using hexes. We have a grid here. 20 by 20. Let's roll a d20 per horizontal, vertical. So longitude, latitude. Okay, so we're rolling to see where we are longitude. If I'm doing it right. 10. We're on column 10. All right, 10 and 10 8. A little assist from the paper there. We're right here. We're at 10 8. Okay, so we're right here. Where's my notes here? So we are journaling. Okay, to start, our location is 10 8. Today is, let's see, what's our date today? 328. 328. This is episode 1. And our location, I'm put a little underline here. This is Untitled Adventure. We're at 10 8 currently. Okay, now the terrain for 10 8. Let's see, we have, okay, let's going to show you guys the oracle there. We have points of interest. We have vegetation. I believe I need a other sheet for this part. Perhaps. Perhaps. Terrain type, here we go. I'm going to choose a terrain type and roll. So we have swamp, plains, forest, jungle, mountains, and desert. Vegetation type within, and the weather, then the atmospherics. So let's use these 4 to build this square to start. So I'm going to choose, I don't know if if I can choose. It's 5 choices. I'm not really necessarily rolling. I'm gonna choose. Karen is usually good with the forest adventures. Sorry about the cable. You guys can see that. Like I said, we're very low budget here. I'm gonna say forest. So forest jungle. Okay, here we go. We'll just roll on the document here. 14. All right, so 14 is gonna be okay. It's just the forest. I rolled. Oh no, that's within the next hex. Okay, so we're in the forest. Forest. Okay, and then I think I'm reading that right. Terrain type 1 through 3 swamp. Yeah. Next, vegetation density. Okay, 13. We have to choose from these three categories: dead, bare, moderate, dense. Let's do moderate. 13 is it's moderate. Okay. So it's like we're betting on one of these categories, the current hex, the next hex I see. We're rolling for the next hex, but we're not playing by hex, we're playing by squares. So I'm thinking I'm going to use a different card than Oracle. Desert plants. Well, we can kind of just fudge it a bit. Okay, we'll go with that. It's it's moderate. It's not a dense forest. It's moderate. We'll go with that. And then the weather, the temperature. Okay, so we're going really into detail here. The temperature currently in the forest is uh 9, which is mild. Okay, so spring maybe, late fall. All right, let's see. Mild temperature, mild temp. Oh, you guys can't see. I have my little journal going on over here. Next, we're doing the wind. It's gonna be let it roll. Moderately windy. This area is all moderate. It's very mild. Some mild wind. And why would a pickpocket be in the forest? That's the question I'm asking right now. Be halfway through the world building at this point. Um, precipitation. Again, I need to roll it, get a little more active. There it is. 7. Give us some juice, 7 is dry, not raining. So it's dry right now. Definitely fall. Snow, if freezing, which it's not. We skipped that. Cloud coverage. It's the last one for the weather. 9. Partly cloudy. It is just a perfect day. Partly cloudy skies with a chance of murder. Partly cloudy skies with a chance of stealing some gold from some rich people. Atmospherics. This is just a 1d20. There's no, you don't have sections to work off. So interesting. Okay, atmospherics. 20. Grim. Ooh, I like that. Grim atmosphere. Actually, grim feeling. Something is very grim in the air. There we go. So I'm gonna put a little dot there. That's interesting. A grim feeling. Okay, so now, since we know where we are, we're in a forest. I'm gonna put some trees. Just a few. Okay, that's our trees. So we're currently in 10-8. So 10-8. And now, we took care of that. Points of interest. Are we on a quest right now? Well, okay, a pickpocket. We're straight up pickpocket. I don't think we're on a quest per se. We're not an adventurer or a pickpocket. Let's ask the Oracle. Or do we have any more scene building to do? We took care of this part here, so locations. We can say we're okay if we're in a forest. I'm wondering if we're next to anything. Are we? Let's ask the Oracle. Are we near a? Let me take away the d20s. So I think we're almost. We don't need those for maybe some time. Okay. Battery check. Battery's good. Okay, good. Let's do an advantage or 50-50. Are we near a structure? Because if we're in a forest, I don't think we're near a settlement. We could be near a settlement, but we're not in a settlement. Um, okay, let's just do that. Are we near a settlement? 4 to 4. We are. That's an equal roll. 4 to 4 is a maybe. We're not sure. We're not too sure if we're close, how far exactly we are from something. Are we lost? I want to say that we are lost. So I'm going to be using we a lot. FYI, we are lost. This could be good. That's why we have that grim feeling. We're lost, so we're worried. How do we get lost, though? Are we in near a structure of sorts? D20. So I guess I did need a D20 from earlier. All right. Are we near a structure? Prison, courthouse, square. Well, a lot of these are probably going to be working off of settlements, so I'm going to skip that. Um, Interesting. We have some potential here. I'm going to say, what is the purpose of us being here? So we're lost. That's what I'm thinking from the role. This is a grim feeling. Yeah, I think we're just generally lost. But how do we get lost? I have a couple of options. That's NPC generator. I'm going to skip that. Stuck. And there's an oracle that just says stuck. So you can roll to an oracle if you get stuck. We're intoxicated. We're on fire. We're in love. Rebirth. Um, I actually like that one. I do like the concept of being stuck because we are kind of stuck. Well, I am. Purpose to steal. There's some two potential oracles I can roll here, or we can just decide we're lost. But I just feel like rolling for the stuck. 16. Healing. Ooh, we're lost and we're recovering. We're recovering from an injury. We are hurt. We are healing. Let's say we were. Oh, interesting. Okay, is it mental or physical? I say I'm going to give the advantage that it's physical. We don't need the D10 anymore. That's gone. Are we healing from a physical injury? 5 to 5. You gotta be kidding me. Equal roll even with the modifier. 5 to 5, right? Yeah, 3 2. Okay, 5 to 5. Whoops. There we go. Um, did I roll both by mistake? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, 5 to 5. Mental and physical damage. Mental and physical. Hmm. We're lost. We are healing. So interesting. And we're in the forest. There's a grim feeling in the air. There's a grim atmospheric. It's just a strange feeling we have. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. How is it? How is the current? Let's see. There's a thing called space. I want to roll for this one. 13. It's loud. It's really loud right now for some reason. So it's loud. There's some noise. There's a loud noise nearby. Maybe we are lost, but we hear something approaching us. So do we just not? Are we recovering from something? Like, did we get hit? Are we like post battle? I'm gonna say that without too much Oracle reliance, because I'm probably overly dependent on right now. I'm gonna say because we're a pickpocket, remember, so we're short, tattooed, bald, bony, stuttering, frayed, cautious, aggressive, ambitious, and exiled. I'm gonna say that was our character, Bregor, was he arrested? 8 to 3. He was. So we were arrested. We were arrested. We were captured, and we were on our way to somewhere. We were in a carriage with some city guard, and we said we were arrested by city guard. We're keeping it vague for now. Like until we get to the city, we'll know what kingdom this is. If there is a, if unless it's a village, city guard, and we were arrested. So we're on our way, and we were on our way. Were we on our way to a? Where were we on our way to? Let's roll for that. We were arrested. This is backstory, so it's not exactly what's currently happening. It's that we're learning how we got to where we are now. And I had a sheet. I thought, oh, there it is. Settlements. Locations, locations, locations. So we're rolling it. This is the D20. We're learning about where we're heading to, where we were heading to. Oh, I don't like this one where it kind of hits the side and it's leaning on something. 18. Small city. Okay, we were heading towards a small city. Uh, on our way to a small city. This city, I don't think there's names for cities on this thing. We can use, there is character names though. We can just use that. We can mix and match some character names. I thought I had some character names on here. Yeah, NPC character. Oh yeah, here they are. Sorry, not from the Karen one, from the Oracle. So we're gonna use some masculine names for some highborn. Yeah, we'll use the highborn names for a city. Oh, sorry, yeah, small city. We were heading to Galen, the city of Galen. 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 Yeah, Galen. City of Galen. Galen. So I'll put a little star that. Stars for locations. I like that. Okay, so there's a city nearby. Now, what happened to us because we are healing? So maybe we were in a scuffle with the guard. Were we caught by the guard? I'm gonna give this an advantage roll. Um, whoops, that requires a blue die. Now, hear me. I do have a question for the audience. Let me ask you. The modifier die. It works, I think. The blue red thing. But an advantage roll would be 3d6, choosing the highest blue, 6 to 4. And I'm not adding the additional die compared to using a d4 as a booster. That's something I'm doing instead. So hear me out. So let's say, yeah, it's basically like if one is lower, it's like almost like a guaranteed yes. 4, yeah. So five, okay, it gives us a slight advantage roll, but then we can do one for no, which I have over here. So with the blue, 3, yeah. So like, see, if we didn't have that 6, the yes would have won a no question preferred, but we did get it. So I'm gonna try that for a bit to see if it works. So I'm gonna take out my d4s, put that aside. It basically gives us an advantage over what we think would be a more plausible outcome for the question, per se. So uh, I'm gonna think that there's loud noise. We are healing. We're lost. We're en route, I think, at this point. We're not. This isn't. We're not. Um, we didn't escape. Are we still in capture? Like we're in the carriage still. I'm gonna say yes. There's an advantage to this. So let's do our new method. 5. Are we still? Yeah, we are. Okay. See that 5 helped. So we are still captured. Okay. We were arrested. I'm gonna say we are arrested. We are arrested. We're in the carriage right now. I'm gonna spell carriage wrong. I'm sorry. We're in the carriage. We're are we? I'm guessing we're handcuffed. That we don't need to roll for that. We're handcuffed in chains, whatever. We're a pickpocket. We were captured for we try stealing from were we caught stealing? So let's just roll for that. Were we caught stealing? Advantage on yes. We were. So 6 to 6. So we have a tie roll here. We were suspected of stealing. So we were suspected for stealing. So that might give us some leverage on explaining our innocence, potential innocence, or why innocent stealing. So we were suspected. That's the key word, suspected of stealing. Okay. We're in handcuffs right now, and we're healing because did we get into a fight with the guard? We did, yeah. So we got into a fight with the guard. Got into a fight with the guard, into a scuffle, I should say, not a huge fight, a scuffle because of that. Yeah, scuffle with the guards, with the guard, with guards. Okay, and now we're on our way to the city of Galen, where we're arrested. We're in a carriage, and we're the noise is basically the carriage running, on the dirt path, hitting stones, bouncing around. Is there a guard inside? I'm gonna say probably not. If we're just a low-level criminal, they're not gonna have a guard within the carriage. I think there's gonna be one with the rider. So, is there a guard inside? There's not. No. Okay, so it's just us. Is there anyone else inside? Are we the only one? I'm gonna give a 50-50 chance on this one. Let's maybe we can create an NPC, like a fellow criminal. There is someone else inside with. Oh, okay, that's actually a pretty good yes too. So there is someone inside. We're not the only ones. We are not the only ones. Okay. Is it a? It is a fellow criminal. It is another captured criminal. It's on guard. We already figured that out. So who is it? It's a commoner. Um. Okay. Let's make a character. So we have an NPC. Let's roll d20. Okay. Well, first, is this criminal talkative? I'm gonna do it. I don't think so. No, they're not. Oh, 60. Yeah, 62. They're not talkative at all. Do we know anything about this person per se? I'm gonna give this a 50-50 chance. Do we know anything about this person? We know a little. 3-2. So we know a little. Another arrested criminal. I'm using very vague terms here. We know a little about them. We know a little about them. Were they when we got captured? Were they already in the carriage, or were we in the carriage first and they just stopped? We stopped somewhere and this guy got arrested somewhere else and got picked up. I'm gonna say yes. That were they? I'm sorry. No. Were they already in the carriage first? They were not. So we were first inside. So he got thrown in. He or she got thrown in first. I'm sorry, second. We were already first. They I should just say we were first. We were suspected of stealing. I can't forget that. Arrested after us. So this person who was arrested was tossed in. Now let's get some information here. So stars are basically put a legend here for myself. Stars are points of interest. Points of interest. So points of interest. This can be locations, NPCs, items, points of interest. It's not just like locations, which I think points of interest usually is associated with. But let's build the character up. We know a little, so perhaps we can't build everything. Um, let's do. Is it gonna be? I'm gonna say more so a male character. Is it gonna be? Is it a male character? It is. Okay, it's a male. It's a male character. Male. Do we know their name? Unless say we don't know their name. Yeah, we don't know their name. Okay, we don't know their name. Uh, we can create the name though, just for ahead of time, or we can get to that when we ask, if we ever do ask, if we ever do talk to this person. What does this person look like? Well, okay, well, it could be the person could be arrested for anything. What do you dress like? The character traits. Well, we can roll for that. That's actually something more visibly. Like we can. Let's forget my character name. Regular can visually inspect the character, the other person, and see how they are. So character traits. Roll twice. Okay, roll twice for this one. 20. They're high. Oh, okay. Traits equals. Let's do this. Traits. They're high, so they are just on something right now. That's the reason for being arrested. Roll twice. 6. They're depressed. Okay, that does. They're a drug abusers, perhaps. They're high, depressed, and then there's a second trait. Okay. I don't think we really need to do this one, but no. I think that's enough for they're depressed and they're high. So this person who is also an occupant arrested with us, sitting, I'm guessing sitting across from us or at an angle on the other side. It's a small little enclosed carriage with pretty simple to explain. We're chained up to the chairs, to the seating, and they are high. They're depressed. Their eyes are bloodshot red, and they're crying. Is the person crying? Let's just say that. Let's roll for yes because of depressed. Crying if he was still depressed. Whoops. We'll roll that again because it jumped out. Okay, and they're not crying at all. Uh it was pretty close behind. We'll say that they're post crime. They were crying, not crying, but did. So because we can see, they had tears. The guys cleaned them off like this. He's like, he's bloodshot eyes red. He's crying up. Maybe his eyes. That's what we think. That's what uh, Reglor thinks, that he's crying. He's depressed, or maybe just he got sprayed with something. Um, so okay, this is good. I love doing this. This is really working out pretty well. Um, okay, so we're captured. We are in this carriage going towards. We don't know, but that's the lore. We don't know this. Oops, we don't know this. I'm gonna write that down. We don't know this, but I'm gonna say that's a good point to stop. We had some huge character building. We have a start of the world. We're captured. We're in this. We're arrested with someone else, and the loud noise. But the day is perfect. What a great day to be arrested. We're just this, it's the forest moderate. We're in a dirt path. It's wild. Temperatures, everything. The weather's perfect. It's dry, partly cloudy. But there's that grim feeling because we were arrested. We're lost because we don't know where we're going. We came from somewhere. Where did we come from? Actually, we never really touched on that. Settlements. Where did we come from? So we're in between one location in the city of Gelang. Where did we come from? We came from one, a single structure. So we came from a potential sneeze. Okay. We came from a structure. What is that structure? 16. A bank. Oh, are we trying to rob a bank? We came from a bank. Okay. Okay, that's definitely a point of interest. That is huge. Where did we get caught up in a scuffle with a robbery? Were we dared, or were we part of a robbery? Okay, that explains a lot right now. But I'm gonna leave it at that. That's a great cliffhanger. We were at a bank. We came from a bank. I should say we were arrested from a bank. That makes a lot of sense. Well, that makes good sense now. Yep, just about an hour video, guys. So this was episode. Oh yeah, we gotta think of a name for the adventure. We gotta think of a name for the adventure. I'm gonna call it the Misfortunes. The Misfortune. Yeah, the Misfortune. I like that. The Misfortune. Because that's how we are starting practically. So there you go. We have our world, we got our character, we have our notes here up the side, we got our oracle system we've modified a bit. We've got a great Oracle system. I'm going to try to remember where I got this from. I think it's the One Cheat All or One Oracle for All. It's shoot, I forgot. I printed this out a while ago. And I think I don't have I tossed the intro page. Shoot, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to put it in the description below if I can find it, where I got this Oracle from, because I need to credit the person who did this. But credits below for this Oracle. I think it's like one something for all. Like it's just that like it's all in one. Not a reference to um our shoot, what's that show called? Um, Hero Academia. But yeah, this is a great. Even has directions you can roll to, like where your character's going. So yeah, but this is it. We're doing virtual, not virtual. We're doing traditional tabletop play, and this is the first episode of the Misfortune. And the title of this episode will be Arrested. So yeah, or Healing. Well, I'll figure it out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time on 830 RPG for hopefully a long campaign, because Karen is known to be a very difficult engine to survive. So, with all this character building, I hope we can avoid combat when necessary, especially with our character who, yeah, it looks like he has a tough history of getting into fights. So, that's it for now. See you guys next time.